Hello everyone, welcome back to the 6th forecast video for the Project Gladiator YouTube channel. Today I will be covering the marginal threat that is over here in North Carolina, in northern South Carolina, the slight risk that is in central Kansas, and also parts of Missouri and Iowa is what I feel like it should be extended to, as to my knowledge. But the marginal threat over here is going to bring some scattered thunderstorms. With the threat with this is mostly going to be damaging winds, the potential for hail. Not really much of a tornado threat at all. In fact, the storms that are in central Kansas are not going to bring much of a tornado threat either, only damaging winds and hail. I'm not really sure why there isn't going to be much of a tornado threat, probably because it's very scattered and unorganized, but that's just to my knowledge. I'm not a qualified meteorologist yet, but that's just to my knowledge, and I'm not really sure why there isn't much of a tornado threat over there. But that is just my best guess with the knowledge that I have. And I figured out that I can actually go into regional without having Pivotal Weather Plus. That's for states, specific states. But I can now see in very fine detail a lot of these storms over here is what's going to be in Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. The threat with this, again, is only going to be hail and damaging winds. But again, with the storms that are over to the eastern United States, it's also only going to be hail and damaging winds, scattered thunderstorms, and scattered severe weather, and that will lessen as it moves east. But then the storms that are in Kansas today is the start of the explosion that is going to be brought with the cold front as it races east across the United States. A lot of it blows up Saturday, and Sunday is when it really gets ramping up. When it's around here, though, and it moves east, when it's around here, it's going to have the potential for hail, damaging winds, and embedded tornadoes with this cold front as it moves east. If we go over to the convective outlook for today, not today, tomorrow, you can see that there is an enhanced risk for southern Missouri and most of Arkansas and a little bit of northern Louisiana, and for tornado threat 5%, wind 30%, and hail 30% for hail. And so it's really going to bring the potential for large hail, damaging winds, and the potential for tornadoes with this system as it moves east. But as it moves east, it's going to bring that along with it, and we should see it pass across the New England area starting Sunday and into Monday, and then it should move completely out of the U.S. by Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's what you need to know about the cold front that is moving east. In fact, if we go over, I can show you a little bit more. If we look at the instability in the atmosphere, I cannot do it on this one. I'm going to have to go to this one. If we look at the instability in the atmosphere as the cold front moves east, I did cover this yesterday. But as that moves east, it's going to become really unstable, have the chance to really spin up tornadoes in this area, which is why there's that enhanced risk around this area, because the Cape is getting up to instability in the atmosphere. The Cape's getting up to 2,200 and possibly even up to maybe 3,000 as it moves east. But that seems to be when it gets the worst, and then as that moves east, is going to lessen. But there's still will probably be the potential for tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds as it moves east, but right around here is when it's going to be the most potential for tornadoes. But if we look at the wind dynamics, if we look at the lower wind dynamics, the lower winds, you can see that this is really the lower winds is what really fuels the storms as it moves east. You see that around here there's pretty much an explosion of lower level winds in this area, bringing a lot of the tornado threat and damaging wind threat with this trough as it moves east. In the upper wind threat, you can see that there's also, I think I covered this yesterday, if this can load, I'm pretty sure that there was also going to be explosion of upper level winds in that area as it moves east with this trough. What was constricting it and preventing it from happening much earlier was the upper level low, the tropical upper level low that was making its way on land and is currently working its way across the eastern United States and up north. That was what's really constricting a lot of this air from getting over here and causing the severe weather event with the cold front that's going to be happening. It's what prevented it from happening much earlier, and maybe even less intense. But I'm not sure. Again, I'm not a qualified meteorologist. This is just with the knowledge that I have. But as that upper level low, as it is making its way out of the area, you can see that is when the explosion of instability in the atmosphere, the lower level winds and upper level winds is going to happen in the Arkansas, Missouri, and Memphis area. That area is what's going to bring that area is what's going to be hit worse with the potential for tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds. So that's really what you need to know as that cold front moves east, is that if you live in this area, there is going to be the potential for tornadoes with the enhanced risk as the cold front moves east. But now that I've told you the weather, please go down to the description and check out the socials for the Project Gladiator YouTube channel. We have stuff like Twitter, Instagram, and the website, which is out. I've worked hard on getting everything set up, and check out the GoFundMe for information on Project Gladiator. You can also find that information on the About page on the website for Project Gladiator, so please go check that out. And I will see you tomorrow with another forecast as this cold front moves east.